So this is a message specifically for a person or people that are currently in a hermit mode energy right now on their life's journey, on their life path, okay? This is a message specifically for somebody that is in a period of isolation. I don't even want to say isolation, but could be, full on isolation or just hibernation, recharging. This is a message for the collective of people that are pulling back and calling back their energy, okay? Calling back their energy from any people, places, situations, vices, addictions, just anything and everything that no longer serves their greatest and highest good. And this message is specifically for you because Spirit has been trying to communicate to you why you're in this season or what's to come, what you can expect, especially if you've been hard on yourself, feeling like you've been missing out or rejected even or looked over. Spirit's like, hey, this is all a part of the divine plane. Let me explain to you what the freak is going on. All right. So that's what this reading is about. I already pre-shuffled. Okay. And I was like, damn, this message is finna hit. So let me record this. All right. So before we get into it, hello, my beautiful lovelies. Welcome back to my Vibey Lit Abundant YouTube channel. For those of you that are new here, hello, hi, how are you? My name is Shonnetta from goldenlineage.com. And over here on this Vibey Lit Abundant YouTube channel, I love to make tarot pick a card readings, collective timeless readings just like this one here today, and of course other spiritual related videos. So if that is something that interests you, you would like to continue to see me, my energy, definitely be sure to subscribe. All right, join this beautiful, lit, growing family. All right, and while you're subscribing, be sure to ring that post bell notification bell down below so you stay updated and you do not miss out when homegirl, when sister, posts future videos like so. You already motherfucking know. Let's get it, let's go. Period. All right. Here. So yeah, we're gonna dive straight into this message. Okay, so ironically, these downloads came through after I did like a really powerful deep clean of my place. So that could also be a message in itself. Like if you've been feeling stagnant or you've just been feeling blocked a little bit from receiving message or just blocked in general, this could be also confirmation for you to deep clean, to rearrange, to, smudge, set some positive intentions and cleanse your space to clear the energy. As I always say, a powerful feng shui tip is to deep clean your bathrooms. Anytime you feel like you need like a big burst of fresh new energy, opportunities, abundance to flow into your life, deep clean your bathroom or bathrooms if you have multiple. Okay, that's one of the most powerful ways to like clear the way, clear any blocks, clear any stagnation. Like I guarantee you're gonna see results in shifts of energy, okay? But after I deep cleaned, I came in here and I was like, let's pull some cards from this numerology deck, okay? This is a longtime favorite. They're really beautiful, but this is what came through, you guys. So 1 second, let me pause. Let me go tell my children to quiet it down a little bit. Hold on. All right, you guys. So I am back. Powerful message. So I'm feeling like this message from Spirit is specifically for a collective of viewers where you're in a season of learning how to forgive. Forgiveness in general, since this is the heart of the spread, being forgiveness and self-love. I feel like Spirit definitely wants to communicate that this is a season where you're learning lessons that involve having to open the heart space, open the heart chakra, and forgive. And I always tell people, a lot of times people are like, well, I don't want to forgive them. Like, fuck them. They hurt me. They lied to me. They betrayed me. Whatever they did. Valid. You're very valid for feeling like that. But we forgive other people, not for their well-being and their peace of mind, but we're forgiving people for ourselves, for our closure, for our healing. You know what I'm saying? It's like anger. You know how the wise ones say that holding on to anger is like holding on to broken glass. You're picking up glass to throw it at the enemy, but in the midst of you getting ready to throw the glass, you end up cutting your hand as well. So that's something that Spirit is speaking about. There's a lot of 7 energies, 77, 7, 61 breaks down to a 7. And 7 is this spiritual teacher, the spiritual guru, 7. So I feel like Spirit is giving a message to all of us as a collective right now. What has the past couple of months, this whole year, 2025, you know what I'm saying? Because it's slowly but surely coming to an end. What has these situations, these experiences, what has it been teaching us? What's the medicine of the stories that we have all been living? You know what I'm saying? A lot of times personal growth definitely does come from the trials and tribulations that we face, you know what I'm saying? And I'm definitely talking to the collective where you have a higher calling over your life, over your name. You have a purpose to guide people or to heal people, to empower people in some way, shape, or form. Now, of course, we could take this into so many different forms. Some healers are readers, other healers are astrologers, other healers are life coaches, other healers are nurses, doctors. You could even be a healer, and have a special calling in the beauty industry, doing hair, doing nails, doing makeup, making music, So just trust that you finding this video and listening to this message, Spirit wants you to know that a part of your life purpose is to be a spiritual guide for others in some way, shape, or form. Your experiences, your upcomings, or your blessings, your super high highs and your super low lows that you go through and experience in this lifetime, you're meant to share that wisdom with other people. That's the medicine of the 7 energy. 1 second. Sorry about that. I keep getting sidetracked and distracted. Okay. Outside noise. And so that could also be significant since that's happening a lot during this reading. This could be a time in your life where Spirit is pulling you away from distractions, where Spirit is pulling you away from anything that could potentially be holding you back from your purpose. Maybe for some of the collective tuning into this message, you got distracted, you went on a side quest per se, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like this is a season where Spirit is bringing us all back into our calling, our North Node, what we're meant to be doing here. All right. But just know, because 7 is also a number of the loner too. That's why I'm getting with self-love and personal growth, spirituality, and time out too. Okay. That did come out. And this card speaks about this is a time in your journey. This is a time in your life where it's important to take much needed time away from people, from environments that just aren't vibrationally aligned with you at the time. This is, this card speaks about just taking the time to re-nourish yourself, your soul, your temple, your mind, your mental health, your emotional health, physical health. This is the time for us all to be pouring into ourselves. I know, Sagittarius season is beginning, so we're shifting out of that very deep, watery, scorpionic energy, and we're moving into the fiery Sagittarian energy. And, interesting enough, Sagittarius is the teacher, is this, the guru, the guide, the leader, the explorer, the adventurer. So don't get it twisted. Spirit's like, there's going to be fun. There is going to be pleasure and enjoyment. But the medicine here for us all in this era that we're in is enjoying our own company, enjoying the silence and going inward and hearing our inner voice, you know what I'm saying? Connecting with our higher self, diving deep, going inside. There's so much that we can, what is Spirit saying? There's so much that we can learn, and there's so much that we can unpack from just sitting in solitude, sitting in emptiness, and just tuning in and diving in and really hearing okay, what's popping up? So a lot of times, when you go into meditation, after you meditate, I guarantee there's certain things that pop up in your mind. So when I say what's popping up for you, what's been popping up for you? What's been popping up in your mind? What are things that you've been feeling inclined, or you've just been feeling super, pulled towards? whatever those things are, it's time for you to dive deeper in those things. It's very important. And a lot of the collective tuning into this message, you've been feeling that pull to pour into yourself, to replenish yourself. This could be, this could look like scheduling, a hair appointment. You haven't got your hair done, cut, or, styled in a while. That's self-care for you. So others, this could be finally scheduling doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, acupuncture appointments, wellness. Check in with yourself. What is it that you've been depleting yourself of? Okay. But let's get into this big message, and I'm going to because I feel like I brushed over it earlier, but this message is very important for those of you listening to this and you feel like there's a lack of community, there's a lack of support, there's a lack of what once could have been, whether this is friendships, whether this is, family dynamics. There could definitely be shifts going on with the people that you once confided in or surrounded yourself with. There could definitely be distance, solitude. Maybe there was a falling out as well, with forgiveness being the heart of the spread. I feel like you pulling back your energy, rightfully so. Whatever happened that caused some sort of separation or distance, it seems as though that was a part of the spiritual plan. That was a part of the spiritual journey. There was medicine there for your soul, for everybody, whomever could have been involved in that whole situation here. So what was it teaching you? What was it reflecting to you? How did it make you feel? For real, these are some powerful journaling prompts. A lot of times when I channel messages, Spirit gives us journaling prompts. So if there has been something that's been causing you to have a heavy heart, something that's been weighing heavy on your heart, something that requires your forgiveness, whether this is a person that played around in your face, played around in your energy, whether this is, needing to forgive yourself for something that maybe you fell short in an area of your life, or you could have done better and that you could have done better. No judgment, because we're all, we're just, we can fall short to the flesh, you know what I mean? And I feel like that's something that Spirit is communicating. But I feel like Spirit is definitely pulling us away from large crowds, okay? Pulling us away so we can reclaim our energy, reclaim our power, reclaim, or tap back into our true calling, our true north. And if you feel like you've fallen off of your wave, whether it be falling behind with work, school, with your personal goals, falling behind with housework, or whatever this looks like for you, don't be too hard on yourself, because, on days when you really don't have it in you to show up, you just have to take that time out unapologetically. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Spirit is like, especially your Spirit team, a lot of purple energy, like gentle, calm, serene. Be easy with yourself. But I do feel like this period of hibernation and hermit energy, again, stepping away from the crowd, being comfortable, being not invited, being comfortable not being approached. Maybe some of you guys, you're like, okay, I'm done reaching out. People know where to find me type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the high priestess. That's the hermit. Like, you know where to find me. If you need me, if you want to speak, you know where to find me. But at this point right now, I'm not going out the way no more. And for you, I feel like that's helping to open your eyes to see like who really is, real ones in your circle. Who checks up on you, who reaches out to see if you're okay, to see how you're doing, especially if they know that you're going through certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like, are they checking up? Are they reaching out? Or are they MIA, nowhere to be found? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this is a season where Spirit is definitely, I just heard reality check. Like, it's like, a lot of you guys in this collective, you could have said a prayer. You know the prayer I'm talking about, the prayer where you pray to Spirit, to the Most High, to God. You pray like, hey, whoever's not meant to be around me, I pray that you please reveal, show me clear as day who's not meant for me, who I need to distance myself from, who's energetically weighing me down, who is siphoning and draining my energy, who secretly wants to be me, who secretly is in competition with me. You know what I'm saying? That prayer that, Spirit, remove anything and everything that is just a block, a spiritual parasite, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So you could have done that prayer, or maybe this is a sign from Spirit that it's time for you to say that prayer. You know what I mean? But this is definitely a season for the collective that has been drawn to this video, that, felt like there was a message for them here. Especially if you're, like an OG subscriber and you know that your spirit team uses me to channel to you, to give you messages. This is such a specific message. You're not wrong, friend. You're not wrong for pulling back your energy, because I feel like in the past, people could have taken your kindness for granted. They could have, played in your face or disrespected you, or just not fully been showing up for you the same way that you were showing up for them. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting like spit in the face type energy. And so, I think it's in the 48 laws of power, right? It speaks about your silence and your absence. Make them feel that fucking shit. And of course, Spirit's like, you don't have to harbor over animosity, resentment, anger, bitterness. You don't have to carry all that with you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the spiritual homework, especially for those in the collective that resonate with the message about being betrayed, or, just you would have never played in somebody's face they played in the way that they played in yours. You know what I'm saying? You would have never done them like that, or whatever the situation is. You know what I mean? Like, the spiritual homework could definitely be lighting a white candle and specifically focusing your intentions on that situation, and asking your spirit team to step in and help you forgive, so you don't have to walk around feeling all this hurt, anger, bitterness, frustration, anxiety, depression. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to carry all that with you while you are parting ways with the person, the situation, or whatever the freak this is. All right? Because sometimes we're like, and this has been something that's been popping up for me. It's like, so, you get betrayed or you get backstabbed. Now what? You know what I'm saying? You can even confront the person, but at the end of the day, you walk away from confronting them still feeling hurt, still feeling jaded like a motherfucker. So like, I was like, Spirit, what? So what now? Constant, repetitive thoughts about the betrayal that went on and X, Y, and Z. Like, you're like, damn, like, okay, it happened, whoop-de-wop-de blam. Like what else? And in that moment, I felt as though like, damn, you just got to pray to your spirit team, whatever you resonate with, whatever you collude with, whether it's God, Jesus, deities, archangels, whatever you resonate with, the spirits that walk with you, your spiritual team. That's what I'm always speaking about. Lighting a candle and just simply saying a prayer. And sometimes when life has you so fucked up and your heart is so heavy, you're like, damn, I don't even know what to pray, bitch. I'm tired, Spirit. But, Spirit always knows what's on your heart. That's why I always say any forgotten prayers. Because a lot of times we can get so caught up. We can get so caught up in the mind and in the crazy stuff in front of us that we're scattered. We're not fully grounded. But I feel like there's also a message about, you're doing the best that you can. Okay, with the knowledge that you currently have, the knowledge that you do know, you're doing the best that you can. And hey, if there's mistakes that you've made, mistakes that other people around you may have made, there's always that message too. Maybe that's just to the knowledge that they had, that's the best that they could have done. They could have get. Hey, maybe they learned from it. Maybe you had to be, somebody that was a lesson. You were a part of a karmic lesson, and unfortunately, you were the person in the lesson that had to get burned, and that other person needed that lesson. Who knows? Vice versa. Flip it to how it fits. But this is the message, family. This is the collective message. This is it's almost like a spiritual portal that we're in right now. 777, a portal of spiritual growth, spiritual lessons, in a period where forgiveness is needed, whether to forgive yourself, other people. But that's the next step. That's the next step. You know what I'm saying? And then also for those of you, again, with spiritual career, financial discipline, I do feel as though, this period of solitude, hibernation, going inward, self-discovery, self-love, Spirit is heavily influencing you. Get on this spiritual career, get on this spiritual path, get back on it, get back up. Financial discipline, getting more organized and structured with the abundance that's about to come in for you. Because I do feel like there's going to be a shift in your abundance as well. After a period of feeling, like slowness, slowed down energy. The channeled song, you guys, it is actually called Slow Down by Leon Thomas. Okay. I'll put it in the pinned comments. Check it out. But that's the channeled song. Interesting. I don't know. But excuse the nails as well. I'm currently in between. Okay. I got to get these old nails off so I can do a new set. That's the message, you guys. Jeez Louise. Oh my goodness. So we're going to close this out. Oh, man. We're going to close this out with an oracle advice. And we're going to switch it up, actually. The channeled song, it's such a beautiful song. All my night dreams are blue. Okay. It's basically, oh man, just listen to it. Check it out. It might just become your new favorite song. It was mine for a minute. Any closing messages, Spirit? Anything else? Any closing messages? This midnight message for the collective. Any closing messages? What needs to be heard? What needs to be honored? And what needs to be brought to light, Spirit? 1, 2, 3. Give me a jumping card. Cool. Clairaudience. As we're talking about spiritual upgrades, okay, as we're talking about growth and ascension on your spiritual path, clairaudience, are you kidding me? So attune yourself to the rhythm their actions make, over the melody their words create, to authentically dance to the music they initiate. Attune yourself to the rhythm their actions make, over the melody their words create, to authentically dance to the music they initiate. Interesting. So I'm not sure, is this card speaking about other people in your life, attuning yourself to the rhythm of the actions that they make, like paying attention to cycles, picking up on, like, is this person constantly letting you down, or are they constantly uplifting you, motivating you, speaking life into you, pouring into you? Attune yourself to the rhythm their actions make, over the melody their words create. So is it a happy song or is it a sad song? And however it makes you feel will let you know, it will clarify whether this person needs to continue to be around you. Okay? Whether or not you want to continue to hear their music. This is all like, not literally speaking. Okay? Introspection. If you wore thoughts on your skin like a tattoo, would you exhibit them like works of arts? If you wore thoughts on your skin like a tattoo, would you exhibit them like works of art? Interesting. So the thoughts that you've been having, the thoughts that you have been going back and forth with in your head, what's that looking like? These are all just, beautiful ways of going inward and reflecting and really tapping in to, like, how have you been doing? Collective, how have y'all been doing? Okay? But something so beautiful could actually come from something painful or sad. You know what I mean? That was a message that came through in the last reading, I believe. Something beautiful is going to come from this season. I feel it. Then we have divine timing. Okay. The answers you seek will unveil themselves when it's time. Trust that you are right where you need to be. Exactly. So whomever is showing up for you right now, beautiful, bless. Whoever is not, bless, beautiful. It is what it is. Yin and yang, okay? Duality, ebbs and flows, all right? Flowing like water. Dang, okay? Walk away from this reading with the mindset, with the headspace. Everything that I am seeing, everything I'm experiencing, everyone is a teacher. It's teaching us something. The songs that we listen to, there's medicine in it. There's a deeper meaning in it. The shows that we watch, the movies that we watch, the people we are around, the people that approach, everything happens for a divine reason. If we take a moment to dive deeper, to silence the noise, to reflect, to go inward, Piscean energy here, the fish, the dream realm, the 12th house, our psyche, the subconscious, the depths of the sea, the depths of the ocean, right? We take a moment to dive deep. Well, what is this teaching me for? Or what is this teaching me? In what ways do I share qualities with this situation, this challenge, this person, this obstacle, this place? In what ways do I share the same qualities? Whether it's good qualities, bad qualities, light, dark, hey, okay, can't be light without dark, can't be dark without light type shit, you know? Dang. So that was the midnight message, you guys. Again, I just felt very inclined to share this message. Spirit's showing me, guiding me to the solar plexus chakra. So that's our mental energy, our willpower, our control over ourself and the control we have over others, our belief system. Okay. Constructive criticism or being a self-critic, the thoughts that we have. So spiritual homework as well. Taking a moment to check in with your solar plexus chakra, eating yellow foods, wearing the color yellow, doing solar plexus chakra meditations, listening to the affirmations, focusing on the solar plexus. This is about tapping into your power. Know that when you're in a season where it seems as though spirit is taking everything or everyone away from you, it's for a divine reason. It's for your growth. It's for your empowerment. And whole time, maybe you were too enmeshed, too, zoomed into the person, the place, the situation that spirit took you away from. Maybe you were too enmeshed in that and it was a distraction or it was deterring you, from what you were really meant to be focusing on. Okay? So just food for thought, some things to meditate on and reflect on. All right. Thank you for spending time with me. Okay. Mercury retrograde. Mercury always fucks with me. I'd be like, damn, Mercury, damn, you want to fuck me or what? You always fucking with me. Mercury retrograde, leave me alone. I'm just dainty and petite. I can't help it. But no, for real, you guys, we got about one more week of Mercury being stationed retrograde, and then it's going to be in its shadow phase for the next couple of weeks. So there's that. So just give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. And if you've crashed out recently, fuck it. Who cares? You are forgiven. Forgive yourself. It happens. Ebbs and flows. What goes up must come down. The bear can't continuously be poked and poked and poked and not expected to react. Okay, like chill, woosah. Okay, smoke a cold cigarette. I'm just joking, y'all. That is a little inside joke. Okay, but yeah, definitely let's talk in the comments. Definitely thumbs up this video. It lets me and YouTube know that you want to see more videos like so, and it lets me know that you resonated with it. All right, and it also helps get me boosted back up in the algorithm since I took a little 2-month break ski. All right, so help your girl out. Also, family, I will be doing another collective candle. I know I haven't done one in a minute. A bunch of people have been asking me to start another one, so comment down below what collective candle you are wanting to tap into first. Okay, give me some ideas. I know a bunch of people have been requesting money candle, cleansing, road opener. You let me know, but we're gonna get back into the flow with that. Okay, Dang. Last message, y'all. And for those that stayed, this is definitely for you. Adjustments. Never force someone to see. Accept them as they are and move accordingly. You know, you can't force somebody. You could scream until you're black and blue in the face and a bitch still won't motherfucking get it. So why exert your energy trying to do that? Peep the energy and move accordingly. Peep the energy, act accordingly. Cool. I'm out of here. You have a great night. And remember, I'm in this bitch with P. Liddy. QP ski. Bye. Not the nails.